Hello, everybody. We've got first match of the season, Top Cut, happening right now. This one, normally we do these on TTS. We're not permanently migrating to Petra, but because one of our players' computers is busted and can't, their replacement can't run TTS, we're doing it for this one particularly. So, I've never done one of the spectate things. It says if I click on this match link, is it going to allow me to spectate, or is it going to force me to actually join the match? Just by spectating or like guessing if playing. Should be Talzin versus Kylo. Nope, none of them are coming up. Let's try this one. I just hit join game. Okay, there it looks like they're still having trouble figuring out how to get it on this. This is why I like TTS, but we have to do Petra for this one. Let's try this one now. Because another player's joined, I can't join to spectate. Is there a spectate link that they can share? I'm actually not sure how this works. Or do I have to just go through all these tables and find the right match? So I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of the deck list and then tell them to start. So here are the lists. It's we've got he's got some spice in there. Like he's got the Oka, one constructed, two fallens. He's got the Krennics in there that Benton was on. So it makes sense. And this is Chienyouki's Kylo deck. It looks, pretty standard. He's got all the good stuff. Nothing that looks like too non-devastation in the main deck. I think more and more people are starting to do that. So, yeah. Still not seeing anything. Are they? What are they doing? Sorry, everybody. Try to cut this out. See if there's like if I can ask in the server. All right, so they've got their game set up. So once one of them joins it, it should go away. I should be able to go to spectate. Okay. Now we should have Kylo DB versus Talzin somewhere. Or Kylo. Nope. See, I know they loaded into Premiere, not Premiere Casual. So I'm not finding it. I just click join. No. Oh, he says he's still waiting? This is why I prefer DTS. Now they're trying to create public games and trying to get each other to join. Random people keep joining. Oh my god. Let's see. There has to be like a. All right. All right, I've done all the decklist vamping, so we should be able to just get going once. Okay, they say they started. I think this should be it. I actually have no way of verifying that this is these two because the um but I'm gonna assume this is it. Tell them to to put something in the chat. All right, so assuming this is the right match, Sage into Acolyte, pretty standard. Okay, yes, thank God. It is the right players. Sage generally not what Kylo wants. They generally want to see that Migs, but Sage will do just fine. It does mean Sticky Ricky is likely to generate the Force with this Acolyte here. Ooh, he's actually just going to go power the dark side right away to clear the Sage, which, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, you definitely want to avoid like a lightsaber coming down or something. And then Chienyouki gets the Migs here, but the Acolyte just eats it and gives the Force to Sticky Ricky here. So, I think I mentioned this when I was promoting the link, but this is a rematch of the Galactic Championship Finals, at least in terms of the decks. It's not the same players, obviously. But when that happened, the Talzin did win. So, we'll see if technology has changed since then. All right, Targeting 10 is going to be used just to do the 1 damage to the Acolyte. You have to do it sooner or later. And then the Inquisitor comes down for Ricky here. We don't get to see hands at all because of Petra Client. I'm sure at some point they'll add like a better spectate mode. So really all we can do is speculate. Right? Yeah, we can. So we can see Infiltrator skill and the Constructed in there for Chienyouki. Inquisitor just going to go into the base there, and it looks like... Oh, no, pass. Pass from Chienyouki, not a claim. Gonna drop a Krennic here. And Lompike, I think out of the resource row there. Talzin going to be used on the Lompike, because why not, I guess. And Talzin just flips alongside Night Sister Warrior. Sticky Ricky's putting a lot of stuff on the board here. He can't actually kill the Lompike this turn. Talzin only is going to be able to take 4 HP away. So we'll see. Oh, he's going to do Force Lightning, which means he can kill it. Now let's see if Chienyouki can clear this board. Because if he can't, he might be forced to like flip Kylo early to just be a Sentinel. Which would not be ideal. All right, Anakin gonna come in. Immediate +1 there on the Krennic. Here's the old Daka, the spicy tech. Gonna get a draw there. And then quite a bit of damage done to Chienyouki's base. And we're going onward to the Kylo flip turn. And it looks like Chienyouki's only got the 2 upgrades, the Infiltrators and the Constructed. Yeah, but he's facing lethal this turn a couple different ways. Yeah, and he is just going to deploy that Kylo right away. He does have the Anakin blocking it from immediately getting Power of the Darksided, and I don't believe Sticky Ricky was on Rival's Fall. So he probably is not going to get immediately blown out here. And yeah, while that's not usually the ideal use of Kylo for this deck, it's not horrible here. Like if it can stick, especially, I can get quite a bit of value out of that Kylo. Although that Dooku is actually a pretty big deal. Dooku sets up the old Daka to clear immediately. It is possible that Chienyouki has another lightsaber in hand, which could save him temporarily. But again, only temporarily. Nope, just going to swing to base with the Kylo. That's 10. And then I imagine it's just Daka. The Anakin here for Chienyouki can right now kill either Talzin or Grand Inquisitor, which I imagine is what he's going to go with. Ooh, Constructed comes down onto the Talzin. That's nasty. That takes her out of range being Anakin and puts a nice threat onto the board. So I imagine that Anakin probably has to eat the Grand Inquisitor. And then Daka probably eats Kylo, sorry. And then Talzin gets to go to base for 7. And then 2 more from the Night Sister Warriors, 9. All right. Ooh, Fallen Lightsaber on Anakin. Okay. That, fights the Constructor with fire. All right, yep. So there's the Daka. Going to clear the Kylo. He just has to clear the just has to clear the Talzin. Now Sigurigi can still get 6 damage into base here, which sets up lethal 2 different ways for next turn. With both the Dooku and the Inquisitor. Does Chienyouki have a way to get rid of both of them? I guess he could have a second Anakin, but I don't believe he has a hero card in discard. Force Lightning doesn't do it. I don't know if anything does it. That deck, I don't think he's on Sentinels at all. Yeah, he's just going to attack. And then 4 to base. And we're going to game 2. So Sticky Ricky on the Talzin, taking the first one, just like Ben did at the GC. So let's take a look at sideboards here. Chienyouki's got he's got grenade strikes in there, which is interesting. We'll see if I don't think they're meant for this matchup, but we'll see. Pillage potentially could be relevant here. Force lightning potentially could be relevant. Open fire, I think there's actually a realistic chance he brings in. That actually feels like something you would want and do a lot of things in this matchup. On Sticky Ricky's side, we've got he's also got an open fire of his own, which is a way to just deal with MIGs if he needs to. He's got a lot of like random other stuff, like the Kiadi Mundis to enable because of being a power blocker. Here, Fang Fighter, maybe. Again, sometimes you really want Fang Fighter in this matchup. I do think he's probably going to want to take out some of the crazy high-end stuff. Like, I don't think he wants Devastators in this matchup. Although maybe, like, depending on how it goes. Sun is also another maybe. So is Planetary Bombardment. Although Sun, I believe, did win Betten a game. I can't remember if it was in the finals or top 4. But at some point, I believe Betten won a game with the Sun in this matchup. No, it would have been finals because his top 4 wasn't streamed. Planetary Bombardment, again, I don't think this is a matchup for it. All right, it looks like they're actually getting started here. So let's go ahead and switch back. This time, Chienyouki does open with the MIGs, but Sticky Ricky opens with the MIGs counter in that Krennic. He does have the power to take out the Krennic. Does he have the upgrade also to clear the Karis with the MIGs? He does. Gonna just go that snapshot reflexes. Sets up the Turgan Town. And boom. And no force, so the Karis does not get to trigger. This one's already looking a lot better for Chienyouki. Sometimes this MIGs just becomes impossible to out because he's always clearing everything. If the open fires came in for no, it's just gonna be Dooku. But without the force, Dooku doesn't have ambush, so he can't kill this MIGs right away. All right, it's gonna be a Sage, and then a Force Throw. Sticky Ricky here. Gonna discard a Devastator. Interesting to know that that's still in the deck. And yeah, does just because the MIGs pings the shield, and then the Force Throw damage kills the Dooku. I believe that is how it works. At least it's how it resolves in Petra. So if that's not correct, it's the Petra people. All right. And Sith Holocron, we also see go into the discard there. That's second upgrade, I believe. Yeah. Sith Holocron alongside the snapshot. So we got to start thinking about Kylo math. He can hit for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 immediately on flip. Ooh, Grand Inquisitor. That's a nice one. Can't be attacked. Okay, so Infiltrator's skill is going to flip there. Ooh, looks like Force Lightning coming down, just auto-killing the Talzin. Sticky Ricky just claims. And Sage is going to go to base. So that Infiltrator skill, the Kylo is now up to, what, 10 on flip? Yeah, 10. I can't remember. Was Chienyouki on the Mahdi's? I gotta check now. Because that is actually would be very important. It looks like he is not on Mahdi's anywhere in the list. So he can't do the crazy OTK thing. But he's still pretty close to just being able to win the game next turn. All right, Force Lightning again. Gonna come down and just eat this Grand Inquisitor. The Nicest Warrior should be able to finally kill the Migs if that's what Sticky Ricky wants to do. So this Migs that's been on the board since turn 1 now finally bites it. Constructed going into the discard. So now we're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 5 is 13. Immediately from the Kylo. And 3 damage going to come in from this Sage. If the Sage can get one more hit off, then Chienyouki can equalize this immediately. Okay. So Anakin comes down and clears the Sage, which does save Sticky Ricky's life for the time being. So let's take a look at the discard. Let's see. Is there another more efficient way to get damage in that can get him to 15? I don't think there is. Let's see. Can he go? He can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he can get lethal without the snapshot. Or he's got to get 16 really here. All right, no, that's it, right? So we're going to game 3. So it was what? Double holocron, infiltrator, constructed. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exactly. Enough to get lethal through the Talzin decrease. So we're going to game 3 here. I guess I can show you the bracket a little bit while they're doing the formalities. This one hasn't updated with the decks. There we go. Okay. We do have some spicy decks in the cut this time around. We got Jarrell running Snoke Data Vault, which is a legit deck. Like, I've played against him on it. It is really good. Playing against MK Jester and Palpatine Yellow, which is fun. Wei Yun, our defending champion, is running back as Han Blue, taking on Jaquan Best, a first-time Top Cut participant on Poe ECL. We got this match, and then we've got Dylan running back the classic Sabine, taking on Majar, who's on Piet Green, which I'm excited to see how that one works. He's got, like, Vulture Droids in there and stuff, but he can just ramp, like, an insane amount. So I'm excited to see that one. We've got another, what's the other one that we have today? There's another one that's coming up. It's that one. It's Majar and Dylan. So that'll be at 1 o'clock Pacific if you want to watch that one. All right, back to the game. Game 3. Chienyouki opens with the Migs again, like a good Kylo player oughta. And goes in, targeting towns that Karis turn 1. Great Inquisitor, if there's no power of the dark side, is a really nice out to Megs, but Chienyouki knows his ball. He's got the power of the dark side here. Open fire does clear the Megs. Finally, bit earlier than last game. Now, pillage would be nice here, but it looks like he doesn't have it. And cycle a perilous position. So only the one upgrade really in the discard is that Fallen. You take, yeah. You really wanted to exhaust your Kylo immediately. You're just gonna drop a holocron onto the Karis. Kind of makes sense here. This Kylo deck, like, you might think it's combo-y, but like the more damage you can get earlier, the easier it is to do the combo. And because your upgrades go to the discard pile anyway after your unit's defeated, there's really no point in not. So this Karis is going to be able to get 5 in with the holocron attached. I was thinking about trying to maybe attack a unit, but no, he's just going to go. Oh, looks like he's going to attack but not use the holocron ability, which doesn't hit. But with Fallen Lightsaber coming down, I'm not sure that's target here. Okay, Rivals Fall coming down for Chienyouki. That's nice. Heroic Resolve discarded. So Kylo can flip with 3 upgrades on him. They're not, Heroic Resolve's not the best one to play. Your Chienyouki being a bit salty in chat. It's okay. All right. Dooku coming down. And now we're on to 7. Just going to play Sage here. So it looks like Chienyouki is waiting here. Not going to deploy the Kylo too early. Gonna run up the score a bit with the Sage there. Krennic's gonna trade shields. We'll see if Sticky Riggy can turn this around. Like in game 1, he really had an aggressive start. So we'll see if he can start putting on the pressure here and force the inopportune Kylo flip. Forcer coming down though for Chienyouki. That's a bit rough. Ooh, Force Lightning though. Blocks it. It's only 1. And without the Megs on the board, it's just exactly 1. Ooh, Pillage. That's rough. Now that is rough. That's going to be Marin and another Force Lightning. I don't believe Sticky Riggy has anything he can do here. Can I look at what their resources are? So he could have played one of the, or an Arm to the Teeth also, but chose not to play either of those, I guess. Is there anything interesting in, can I look at Chienyouki's resources? Can I only look at the one player's resources? That's kind of weird. Okay. Maybe it just doesn't let me do it if there's no smuggle cards. All right, Devastator coming down for Chienyouki, and just going to go all to base here. There's the Arm to the Teeth, I think, out of the resource row. All right, and Sticky Riggy could be turning the corner here. On board, has the power for the Devastator. Got 17 health left. That's pretty much the most you can have with a Kylo swing. So likely going to be a force to play here. Or so we can go like what? I'm not sure. Okay. No, he's actually not going to play Kylo. He's got Perilous for the Krennic, which is going to be 6 in. It looks like he's going to... Oh, he's going to discard with Kylo. So here, he says, please don't let me win. I beg of you. I know, me too, because then we'd have to do Karabas in the top 4, or Petronaki, or whatever this is. Again. Kara's coming down. Okay. I'm not sure what the point of that Kara is. I guess it's a power blocker. And he's probably going to have to go Kylo with just a lightsaber here. My guess is that that's what he's doing. Because right now this Dooku is showing lethal, so he has to have some way to get it off the board. Or present a Sentinel. Oh, wait, did he just... No, okay, no, he's going to deploy here. Get the Fallen Lightsaber. Goes to base, actually, which does kill the Dooku with the Fallen ability. 9 health left. That Kylo just barely small enough to not be able to do this on his own. I just clear why he didn't clear the board with Dev. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. We'll see. All right, Karis is going to smash herself into the Kylo here. Shrink him a bit. That's 6 to base. Still. Now what's the follow-up? Can Sticky Ricky out this Kylo? And even if he can, if Chienyouki has any upgrade that can go on this Karis. So, ooh, the planetary bombardment coming down. That's 8. Ugh, you do have to play around Devastator here if you can't win this turn. All right, he's got Fallen. And is that going to be it? Force Throw? Force Throw can't do any damage because Sticky Ricky doesn't have a Force unit. And Chienyouki gets it. Ooh, that was kind of a tight game 3. Well played by Sticky Ricky there. Congrats to Chienyouki for moving up. Like I was saying earlier, we are going to have Dylan versus Majar here at 1 o'clock Pacific, which is in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So it'll be a jam-packed day full of TTI action. I'm excited to see this Piet Green deck in action against a veteran such as Dylan. So, and remember to always take the